here I am with my buddy Felipe again. And Felipe is the Forex guy. A lot of you guys have been asking me about him, so just send me your phone number on WhatsApp and I will get your information over to him, 829-702-7726. However, this is a different topic that we have. We were just sitting here and we are talking about Forex and trading, and he's like, I do more than that. I do beginner, intermediate, and also advanced. So then we started to talk about people coming here that have children with women. And you said to me, because you have a son with a woman here, and you got custody of the child here, you live here, and you said to me quite often, guys are taken in court. They are paying way more than what they have to because they don't know their rights.
They're scammed, and because they're scared of the situation and they think that if they go to court they're gonna lose and everything. But that's not how it works.
How does it work here?
Well, it's when you have a child with a woman and you are separate, it's for the money and for everything, it's half and half.
What do you mean?
So if you pay 5,000, the woman must pay 5,000 as well. Whatever she's Dominican or Asian or I don't know.
Right. So let me give you a scenario. A guy comes here. Let's think of one of my viewers. I have a lot of viewers who are military pensioners.
Yeah.
So he comes here. Let's say he's 48 years old. He comes here. He retires early, and he has his pension. He meets a woman. He ends up getting her pregnant, and the relationship's not all that. So he ends up leaving her. He moves to Puerto Plata. She's still in Sosua. Now she's taking him to court for child support. How does that work?
Well, the thing is, most of the women, I'm not saying all of the women, but most of the women will have a child with a foreigner because they think that's going to be money,
Right.
They just do it for the money. But it doesn't work like this, because when you have a child, the law here says that it's half and half.
Okay.
Okay? So if you pay 5,000, the mother must pay 5,000 as well. And the best way to do it is to take custody of the child, and period.
Take custody of the child, period. Okay, so let me ask you this. If the mother has custody of the child and she says to you that she needs 5,000 pesos, which is $100 American, then she has to prove to you that she spent that money.
Exactly.
And then you give $100. You give $100.
Yeah. If she has custody and she says, okay, the child costs 10,000 pesos per month.
200 American bucks a month.
You say, okay, I'll give you 100.
Right.
And you will pay for 100 as well. And then she will probably say, no, I don't have any money. You have to pay everything. No, it doesn't work like that.
So how does it work with you? Does your ex give you money?
Yes, of course.
She
pays part of the expenses.
She does?
Yeah.
And how much does it cost for your son every month to take care of him here?
It's like, because he goes to school and everything, but it's like 15,000.
15,000?
Yeah.
So 300 bucks a month.
Yeah.
So she pays 150 a month. Yeah. And you, wow. And she's native here.
Yeah.
Wow. So you took her to court, took your son, and you're getting support.
Yeah.
Interesting. And now you provide this consultation service.
No, it's not that, but I met... Okay. Well, yes, I can do that because I can help...
I'll cut right there. What minute is it? 4. So I'm sorry, guys. I got the giggles here. But so you can provide a service for men that are stuck in this circle. They don't know what their rights are. They don't know how much they're supposed to be spending a month. They are afraid to go to the courts because they don't want to. Sometimes they're afraid that they will be put in jail.
No.
Right?
Why would it? No. Because if you want to take custody of the child, that will be fine because the judge will be okay to give it to you.
The judge will be, why? If the mom is totally capable.
Because they always prefer the child to be in a stable situation with a foreigner who's got money, who can give them education and everything. And the judge knows anyway. He knows anyway the situation,
Okay. That's very interesting. So it's kind of opposite in Canada. A lot of the times the children are placed with the mom just because she's the maternal caregiver.
Yeah.
But it's different here, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's different because
I do see a lot of fathers raising their children here.
here.
Yep. A lot of fathers raising their, and also their mother helping to raise their child. I see
Yeah.
that a lot as well. A lot of family togetherness.
The reason for that is very simple because I got to talk to the judges and everything. What happens here? If you have a foreigner who has a child with a Dominican woman, after the child is born, the woman says, okay, you have to give me this and this and this and this, and the amount of money is a lot because she had planned it already, you know. And what happens? The foreigner, he gives the money for 3 or 4 months, and then he gets tired of it. He takes a plane and he goes, and he never comes back. So the situation here in this country, and we have many children who don't have their father anymore, you know, because they were scammed. And that's a very complicated situation for the country. So that's why they changed it, and that's why they're more into the father side.
Ah, very interesting. Because they don't want fathers fleeing and taking off.
Yeah,
as
of course.
a
Because
okay.
it's very easy. You just leave the country and you go.
Right, okay. So they want the fathers to stay here, take responsibility for their children,
Yeah.
and not feel hustled or hassled.
And if you go to court here and the judge sees that even if you're a foreigner and you want to take your responsibilities, then they will be very friendly with you. And they will
Oh.
start to respect you, you know?
Right,
Exactly.
okay, because they respect the fact that you're not fleeing.
Yeah,
and you're
the
like,
fact that you're taking care of your child.
right, because there would be a lot of people that come here and get someone pregnant and then become afraid that they're going to have to pay thousands upon thousands all the time. How do they figure out the child support here?
Well,
Like,
it's
let's say
just-
someone's an American and they go back home. Do they take it from their income, like
No.
how much they make?
No,
How is
they,
it?
they estimate how much a child costs.
How much the child costs according to their age and according to their
According to the
activities,
age, according to and anyway, they ask you what are your costs, monthly costs.
right?
You just come and you say, okay, I pay this and this and this and this.
Right? So if an American has a good job back home, he got a woman pregnant here, and you know he knows that he did, and then he fled, he took off back to America, and now he wants to come back here and visit, but he's scared because he's afraid that at the airport they're going to
Exactly,
take him.
because maybe he didn't pay the pension or anything.
He didn't pay the child support.
Child support, yeah.
So can they pick him up at the airport?
If the woman
Report it.
reported it, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And then what happens?
Yeah, he can go to jail, I guess.
And then he goes to jail, and then what happens?
I don't know.
See,
But
that's exactly what a lot of them are afraid of. So they can tackle this from the
That's-
beginning. Don't run. A lot of them run, but don't run because
no,
you got a woman
it's-
pregnant.
You have to get a clear situation.
Right.
You know, the best way is to go to a lawyer and to fix it with the mother and
Right.
say, okay, this child is 3 years old. A 3 years old child costs 8,000 pesos per month.
Right.
I'm going to pay 4,000 and you're going to pay 4,000. And
Right.
if the woman says, oh, but I don't have the 4,000, then okay, we say, okay, I take the child with me then if you don't have the 4,000.
Wow.
That's
Right. Okay. That's interesting. So she has to pay, and so you go to the courts. The court says this child is going to cost 1,500 pesos a month, which is 15,000, which is 300. She has to pay half, and then you have to pay half. That's
Yeah.
very interesting. So that's a positive reinforcement, I think,
It
for a
wasn't
lot of
really
men.
like that before.
How was it before?
Before it was more in the benefit of the woman.
Okay.
Before, because they would consider that the foreigner has more money.
Okay.
But as I said, it can't work like this because the foreigner he just takes a
Right, exactly. Okay, sorry, that was a phone call coming in. The foreigner will, because the foreigner gets nervous that they may have to pay just as much as they would in America. And it's a little different here because the standard of cost of living is lower and the cost of taking care of a child is lower. So a lot of people are afraid to even see a lawyer here
Mm-hmm.
and admit that it's even their child because they think they're going to have to pay high cost lawyer fees. How much is it to see a lawyer roughly?
I don't know, but consultation must be like 2,000.
2,000
And
pesos,
then
which
she
is
might
40
take care of
bucks.
it. But you don't really need a lawyer.
You mean
just-
2,000 pesos and 40 bucks? $40 a
yeah,
consultation?
For consultation, yeah, maybe.
Okay,
But you don't
see?
really need a lawyer.
Right.
Because you can just go to the
Fiscalia.
yeah,
To the
fiscal,
courts.
explain the situation, and you fix it with the woman. And the fiscal will say it's half and half.
Always. The
Always.
fiscal is fair. Okay, so the fiscal is like a mediator for the courts.
Exactly, and he will try to fix the situation. And if it doesn't work, then you go to a lawyer.
Then you go to a lawyer. Okay, so guys, if you have a situation right now that you're stuck in and you're scared and you're afraid, speak to the woman, even though you're not in a relationship with her. Talk to her, see what you can work out. Don't be afraid to come back to the country. Speak to her before you come. Tell her that you'll be coming and tell her that, hola, hola. Tell her that you'll be coming and tell her that you are interested in working things out, because a lot of guys are afraid to come here, and all they need to do is contact the woman and say, look, I have a couple of bucks for you. When I get there, let's go to the Fiscalia, we'll sit down and we'll talk about
Exactly.
anything that's owed in the past, anything that is, because a lot of dudes are scared to come back. They got themselves into some craziness.
Yeah.
Right.
But before leaving the country, it's always better to have a clear situation, you know?
Right.
Because some people, they can't live here all the time, permanently.
Right.
So maybe they can go to their country and come back, and then, okay, they will send the money. But
Right.
they have to send half of the money.
Okay, okay. Send half of the money.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. A lot of people are afraid. This is really good information. Thank you, because there are a lot of guys that come down here, get themselves into a mess one night when they're drinking, and then all of a sudden a woman is bullying them, and they don't even know if it's their child, half of them, right?
It's better to get the DNA test. in case,
Right.
you
Get the
know.
DNA test. So let her know you're coming down here with a DNA test.
Yeah, always. the DNA
There's
test.
one gentleman that contacted me, and he was afraid terrified to come down. And he said, okay, he's going to come down, and he told her he's bringing the DNA test down to test to see if it's even his child first.
Right.
She said, okay, bring the test down. He brought the test down.
And he was not the father.
She did not show up.
Oh, yeah.
She did not, and he called her and said, come, bring the baby, bring the baby. And he was so afraid for so long because, you know, and she didn't show up. So he said to her, well, how come you didn't show up with the baby? Bring the baby.
Because he's
And-
probably not the father.
and she didn't want to, you know, she said she was busy. She said she had to go to a funeral. Then she said that she had to go somewhere else, and she had to go start a new job. And the whole 7 days that because he only came down here to get that test to her. So the whole 7 days he didn't see her. And then he gets back home and she starts saying that she was busy and all that stuff, and she couldn't let him get the test. That was not true. So he ended up finding out that's not his child, clearly.
Yeah. And
But-
also because I know quite many Dominican or Haitian women who are raising their child alone here. And I say, but where is the father? And all of them, they say, well, he just left. Because they left, they went to their country. And,
Right.
and they don't, and that's very sad for the child as well, you know?
Yes, it
Because
is.
it would be a very good opportunity for the child to have a foreign father
Yes.
that could give him some education, maybe a passport.
Yes.
Something like that.
A passport, exactly. Someone to give them a.
I'm not doing that really it's for the child, you know?
Yes.
You have to think about the child.
And your son looks very happy. Anytime I see him, he has his big wheels, or
Exactly.
he's
He's
with
got a
you.
European passport. He's got everything.
Oh wow. Okay. See, and
So
he's.
that's-
Does he speak English, French,
Yeah.
and Creole?
Yeah. No, Creole.
No Creole.
He speaks Spanish.
Spanish,
But of
Spanish,
course,
French, and
because I'm
English.
here, he
Right.
could learn French. He could learn English. Imagine if
Right.
I just left the country, he would be nothing.
Right, right. And his mom's Haitian, right?
She's Dominican.
Oh, she's Dominican. Oh, I thought she was Haitian. Okay. All right. She was born here.
Yeah.
So you know the laws then perfectly for somebody who's born here, a native here. Perfect. Okay. Why did I think your son was Haitian? Is your new girlfriend Haitian right now?
No, I don't have any girlfriend.
Oh, you did.
No, but she has a father. Her father is Dominican and mother is Haitian.
Okay. And you're single now.
Haitian and Dominican is the same.
He's single, ladies. Look, he's shy too. Oh, look at that smile. He's single, and he's a trader with Forex.
Yeah, but I have a child.
Yeah, but that doesn't scare women away. No way.
That scares me.
You're a good dad. So here, back to children. No women, because you don't want any more children, right? No. So this is very good information for people that are coming here and also maybe getting into a relationship that may not work as well. Because there's a lot of people getting married, they want to come here and chill out, live the rest of their days here, whether they work online or they're pensioners.
Yeah,
And, you know.
I met like recently 2 guys
Right.
that I got to know. And they came up to me and they said, oh, but you have your child with you and this and that, and how did you do? I said, I just went to court. And I was
Right.
like, what? How did you do that? Did you dare? Of course.
Right, exactly.
You know? And, you know, it's always better to have a clear situation.
Yes.
The worst thing is to be in something that's unclear, because of course you will always get scammed, and the first victim will always be the child.
Right, exactly. See, and so this is very good because you have your son and you have him in school and he's so happy and
Exactly.
so good. So guys, if you need any information at all, give me a shout and I'll connect you with Felipe because he will be able to give you a good consultation, sit you down, help you with a lawyer, and also help you with your rights. If you need a lawyer, you may not need one. You may just need to go to the courts over here and sit down with the woman and clear everything up. It doesn't have to be that difficult.
No, and maybe it's good to have a consultation as well before starting the relation with her.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
because most it's not against the woman. I'm not against the woman.
Right.
I respect the Dominican and Haitian women because I know life is tough for them.
Yes.
But I don't agree when the child is the victim of it.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
For me, it's okay. It's okay that a Dominican woman would scam a foreigner for some reason.
Yeah.
Because he's a grown-up.
Right.
But it's not okay when there is a child involved.
That's right. That's right.
Because
That's right.
he's just the poor victim.
Yes, that's right. And a lot of the ladies here, you know, they do want to be helped. It's tough for them to wake up all those hours of the night in the morning with a child and the father's not present.
Exactly.
You know, yeah. So they just want a little bit of help.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so guys, yep, give me a shout, 829-702-7726. Alrighty, take care. Thank you again, Felipe.
Every single day